It's September 11th, 2008. Start with a quick question for you before I go on to your question. On September 11th, 2001, curious what your day was like, what your remembrances were of it. Well, the short version of it was I woke up and my alarm radio went off when the morning news was over and the standard music started, and the morning news was still going, and I listened to the plane crashes on the radio trying to figure out what was going on from their description. When ended up going to school, very strange day at school, college level stuff, and all everybody could talk about was what they'd seen on the news. Didn't get much done in the way of classes except for communication law. That was different. We talked about how things were going to be different in media over the next few years. And in most of the things he was right, talking about restrictions on how media would do things, because the government would be a little more restrictive, and we would give up certain rights that we had felt that we would never give up in trying to do the balance of security versus openness. And curious on how you phrase that. Curious on how you feel about or how you show your thankfulness to, like, the military people you meet or the law enforcement firefighters that you meet, when you remember the kinds of things that they do for us every day. And the firefighters and law enforcement officers that died in the tower crashes were just doing their job, the same thing they do every day. It was just a little more dramatic that day. We lose firefighters and law enforcement officers across the country every day. It doesn't make the news because it wasn't as dramatic, but it's very dramatic for the families that were involved. We lost a law enforcement officer in Abilene about 2 years ago now, year and a half ago now, something like that. He was one of those guys that everybody liked. Drunk driver doing 70, slammed into his car, moved his patrol car sideways, and severed a telephone pole with his patrol car. And the multiple impacts, very quickly, he died on the scene. He's now used as a billboard for against drunk driving, about this is the kind of thing that can happen. But how do we show our respect and our thankfulness to the people who risk their lives for us every day? Anybody watching this, if you want to put comments down there on what you think you could do for law enforcement officers or firefighters or our military that are around you, to say thank you for doing your job, for standing up and doing what's right so the rest of us can go on about our lives. And I don't know. I guess I think about it a little bit more because of where I work. I deal with these people every day, and you see them as people, and you get to see them as, you hear the stories of when they dealt with some jerk who all they wanted to do was yell at them because they had to enforce a law that this person was obviously breaking, and they knew they were breaking. Or the fire department gets there and the house is gone because the person, whatever they did that caused the fire, destroyed it.